For updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akerijola joins us. Good morning, Aaron. How are you today?
I'm fantastic.
Good.
Yes, it's raining cat and dog, as I say. Doctor?
Good
morning, sir. Yeah, we've got a countdown at the end of my presentation today, which is getting me all excited. But in the meantime, of course, the Champions League is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, London, the Wembley Stadium, will be hosting the finals of the UEFA Champions League. Borussia Dortmund against Real Madrid. The Los Merengues against the boys of yellow and black. And that's the ball that will serve the honors for tomorrow, as we're expecting one team to probably clinch this one. Will it be Borussia Dortmund or will it be Real Madrid? Glory awaits both teams at the end of the tunnel, or would you say after 90 minutes or 120 minutes, as the case may be. Enough said. Away from that, we're counting down to the Olympics. And as it stands right now, let's say that Team Nigeria will be opening their camp officially in 4 locations from the 2nd of June. So we've got quite across the nation, and the FCT teams, presidents, and the federations will be converging to put finishing touches before they hit Paris for the Olympic. So now the Olympic and the Paralympic Games, it must be said. So we're looking forward to that particular one. Meetings were held yesterday in regards to that. Let's also tell you that the PFA right now are threatening FIFA that players could go on strike. Now, there are talks, because they said that Jude Bellingham, who will be one of the stars for tomorrow for Real Madrid, they said that at 20, he's played 18,486 minutes. When you put it side by side with David Beckham, at 20, David Beckham had played 3,929 minutes, and Frank Lampard had played 6,987 minutes at age 20. And that shows the hectic schedule, and that shows the burden upon those players. Yeah, exactly. Some people will say that because they are earning an arm and a leg, literally, this time around, someone has to pay for that. And it is the players that are actually paying for that. So let's see how it goes, okay? That talk is still on. And also, let's talk about the fact that at the moment, as we will be in Uyo next week for the game Nigeria versus South Africa. Yeah. And the big question is, how fast will the Super Eagles players be able to learn the national anthem? Okay, but let's talk about this lady. Rashida Ajibade, she has already learned the national anthem. And this is, let's just take an excerpt from this.
Nigerians all and proud to serve our sovereign fatherland. Our flag shall be our symbol.
Ajibade certainly learning the national anthem there. It's a major bone of contention, because it's one thing to have the president actually push this forward. Yeah. It's another thing for the players who will be there in front of the world with cameras in their faces to learn this national anthem. And if my guesses are right, a lot of them will be mum on that day when Nigeria takes on South Africa, because some don't even know the old anthem.
Better go and learn it. Okay. It's law now.
Okay, away from that quickly. Since speaking about women, of course, let's talk about the fact that Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has actually rewarded the Edo Queens with about 42.5 million naira for winning the Super 6 and actually clinching the NWFL title. Of course, the players will get, 30 players will get 1 million naira each. Technical crew will get 5 million naira. And also not forgetting, the supporters club will also be getting 2.5 million. So the governor quite excited. The first lady also very excited. They've invested heavily into football, and they're beginning to reap the dividends of that. And away from that, before I actually wrap it up, quickly, one man was in the studio yesterday, William Troost-Ekong, assistant captain of the Super Eagles, and he spoke about philanthropy and giving back, and something that he's always wanted to do. This is what he had to say.
To have a legacy project. I think I wanted to do something well beyond my playing career. Giving back is something that I think all of the players have been doing and wanted to do. And it's a way to kind of show the love that we've been given, especially I think after this latest AFCON. So starting back home in Uyo with my Choice to Kong Foundation was a perfect way to start. And yeah, we have a short-term goal and a long-term goal that I'll explain later. But yeah, it's a long-term project that I'm looking to really get started on.
Walk will be happening this weekend, but it got me thinking. We've been speaking about players that have given back, and I must say that some have distinguished themselves more than others. Some have been more fortunate than others, but some have had a heart of gold more than others. And I've decided to just bring the top 5 that have actually impacted Nigerians, footballers and their fans and the general populace alike. So let's just quickly run through that particular list. Of course, at number 5 is the Amazon herself, Asisat Oshoala. Her foundation has been fantastic, reaching out to girls and trying to replicate and also produce another Asisat Oshoala. Kudos to her for what she's done over the years. And one man might have been forgotten, but let's talk about the people in Owerri. I've not forgotten about him. 2013 winner Emmanuel Emenike. He has built a hospital for his people there in Owerri. There, massive state-of-the-art hospital, I must actually say. Kudos to Emmanuel Emenike there. Quickly, let's actually move it on. A man with a true heart of gold, Ojo Judy Gallo. I must say this, over the years, I've known Igalo when he was with Granada, when he was in Udinese, when he was not even earning much. People in Lagos here were receiving salaries. This was almost 10 years ago, and he has not stopped ever since then. People are still receiving salaries. He's opened a foundation. He has a football club here in Nigeria. He's done so much for people. He's been relentless with his charity works over the years. And of course, in number 2, the king himself, Papilo. The Cardinal Heart Foundation would always be remembered because it was something, it was born out of pain, and he was able to actually weave it around and make it happen. And finally, in number 1, the man with the freest hand and the man with the heart of gold. Ahmed Musa is his name. This man, what he has done, no player has done close to what he has done. This was him giving 250 million to widows some 2 years ago. He's built a school in Jos. He's helped players. When he was in Kano Pillars, he spent close to about 600 million naira of his own monies to elevate players and also people in Kano State. He's done so much for them, and it deserves the kudos. And we are hoping that people follow suit, because some have earned and some are still earning more than Ahmed Musa. But what Ahmed Musa has done has been a mile marker when it comes to philanthropy, charity, and giving back to where you've come from.
Thank you for ending on this fantastic note, Aaron. It's a Friday, so I was going to talk about football and this weekend and tomorrow, but my heart is so moved, and I'm glad that you pay tribute, as it were, to these players in Nigeria who are giving back. I'm saying this because oftentimes this kind of accolade is given when they're gone. Then we start to talk about what they've done, how much they've impacted their community. But it's good to see these players use, in this case, football, but let me say sports for social good. I can understand why football has dominated this list, because they earn the most in terms of how successful they are. They earn compared to their counterparts in other sports. They earn a lot, and it's just good to see that. Despite that, a lot of them go out to play, and if we're being honest, Aaron, for many of them, I don't know how much Nigeria invested in them to being the successful players they are, on the global stage.
It is difficult to have a player that has not been helped by his community.
He has been helped by his community, but in terms of the extent to giving back, the truth is that, and even to developing their talents, we know, for other players, they have academies where they catch them young. Now it's better. I must say it's better, but at their time, it probably wasn't better. To see that they still had that sense of national pride, that sense of philanthropy to come back to give back. They don't have to. The truth is that it's their money, but it's great to see that they've chosen to use it for social good, and this would serve as an inspiration to others who perhaps have the money but don't think in that line. I might think, okay, I can give back to my community. All of us are responsible for building Nigeria, not just at government level. So it's great to see that earning a lot of money has not stopped them from coming back home, being in touch with the people and giving back. I'm so grateful and glad that you brought this and you're spotlighting this on a Friday like this. Now, for tomorrow, people have said the man who is most the player who's at stake the most is Jude Bellingham.
Yes, he is.
He has to win. I'm going to win Real Madrid, because he's left Borussia Dortmund, and so
damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah, so hopefully he wins this Real Madrid.
Okay, well, players giving back.
Yes, sir.
That's very interesting, and the most remarkable instance of footballers giving back to community. We saw it during COVID-19 when a lot of sports persons, footballers, athletes, internationally thought that they also had the responsibility to support the survival of the human race. So it's a good thing, whether you're a footballer or you're anybody else. Davido, for example, consistently since 2021,
yes, he
has been supporting orphanages, increasing the money on an annual basis. So that's commendable. Now, talking about footballers specifically, now FIFPro and World Leagues Association, they've just petitioned FIFA. And they are saying that, look, these players are overworked. They may make the money, but they don't even have the time to spend it. And that we could reach a situation whereby players will begin to go on strike. But it's not only FIFPro that is complaining, or the Professional Footballers Association. You recall that Jurgen Klopp and also Pep Guardiola had also complained, specifically with regard to the 2026 World Cup, to say you can't have 32 players per team, because these players will be overworked. And the Professional Footballers Association cited the example of Jude Bellingham.
Yes, they did.
Who is just 20 years old.
Yes.
And he has played for over 18,838 minutes. David Beckham, at his age, just played for about 3,229 minutes. And then you had, who else was
Frank
that?
Lampard.
Frank Lampard.
Was also mentioned.
Who also played about 6,000 minutes.
Yes.
So the issue about that is that these players, they are saying they will be overworked. Now, tomorrow, Borussia Dortmund versus Real Madrid. If you look at their head-to-head record, Real Madrid will seem to have the advantage.
Yes, they do.
With better
on
wins.
paper.
On paper, yes.
But it doesn't matter.
In terms of performance, in terms of the record. But you see, in football, we have seen things happen.
Yes.
We sat here. I said Atalanta is a provincial club from Bergamo, but because they had a good coach who was very tactical on that day, they were able to beat Bayer Leverkusen and made history. The last time they won any trophy was 61 years ago. So anything can happen in football.
But Doctor, can I say this? Because there has been a pattern with, when you look at the Champions League, Conference League, and the rest of them, Nigerians have actually played a huge role, or Africans have played a huge role, from El Kabi in the Conference League to our own Ademola Lookman in the Europa League, and maybe Karim Adeyemi. Just maybe Karim Adeyemi for Borussia Dortmund.
We are a country of diamonds. That is the truth. As for the Edo Queens, the governor has given them 42.5 million. I see that the 30 players are going to get 1 million each. I thought, well, they should get more. But the technical staff are getting 5 million. The supporters club is getting 2.5 million. But I think the celebration is okay.
Yes, it is.
Led by Dr. Betsy Obaseki, the governor's wife, all the way from Ikpobawi through Apapava, all the way to Ring Road, all to Government House. So congratulations to the
Edo Queens.
The South Africans, they've named their World Cup squad.
Yes, they have.
Well, do we stand a chance?
Doctor, we do.
Are we going to win? We need to beat South Africa. We need to beat Benin Republic.
We are going to do
And we're in the third position on that league. Rwanda is better place. South Africa is better place.
Mark my words.
We'll Finidi Job be able to do it?
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
Thank you so much. Look forward to Monday to seeing you review the matches, the Champions League final.